Hey everyone! So, have you ever built this amazing app? It's all done, and then you're just staring at it on your computer thinking, now what? Well, today we're going to demystify that exact feeling. We're showing you how to take your creations and get them out into the world using GitHub.
You've poured hours, maybe weeks, into this thing. It's beautiful, it's functional, it works perfectly, but only on your machine, right? That feeling where the finish line seems miles away, it's super common. But don't you worry, we are absolutely going to build a bridge over that gap.
Think about it like this. Right now, your project is stuck on an island. Your computer is that island. Everything works, but it's totally isolated. Our job today is to build a bridge from that island to the entire world. And guess what? GitHub is going to be our main construction material.
All right, so how exactly do we build this bridge? Well, that's where GitHub comes in. Let's kick things off by really understanding the role it plays here. So when you hear someone say deploy with GitHub, what does that actually mean? It's really pretty simple. GitHub is where you store your code, right? And then you connect it to a hosting server. That server is the thing that takes your code and makes your app live for anyone and everyone on the internet to see. I love this analogy because it just clicks. Think of it this way. GitHub is your code's home. It's where you keep it safe, organized, and manage it. But the server is where your code lives. It's out there, running, doing its thing. You absolutely need both to get your app in front of people. Okay, before we really dive in, let's do a quick toolkit check. You're going to need a few things. Your working app, obviously, a GitHub account, Git installed on your computer, and a hosting platform of some kind. Got all that? Perfect. You are ready to launch. All right, let's start with the easiest path. This is for all of you with static sites, built with just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is going to be the most straightforward way to get online, period. So, GitHub actually has its own free hosting service called GitHub Pages, and it is tailor-made for these static sites. We're talking about sites that don't have a complex backend or database. They just serve up files. Think of things like your portfolio, a simple blog, or a project showcase. It is a fantastic, zero-stress way to get your work out there. And look how simple this is. You just push your code up to a new repository on GitHub. Then, you pop into the settings, find the Pages section, and tell it which branch to use, usually main. You click Save, and bam! That's literally it. GitHub gives you a live URL. It honestly feels like magic the first time you do it. Okay, that's great for simple sites. But what if you've got something more complex? An app with a backend, a database, the whole shebang. Well, for that, we need to talk about the full stack path. This is where a dedicated hosting server enters the picture. GitHub's role stays the same. It's still home for your code. But now, we're going to set up our server so it can pull the latest version of your code directly from GitHub whenever you want. Now, this process is a bit more hands-on, I'll admit, but it gives you so much more control. You'll log into your server, use a simple git clone command to download your entire repository, and then move the files to the right folder, like public_HTML. After that, you'll set up your environment variables, things like database passwords. And to update your site, you just log back in and git pull to grab the latest changes. So that manual way works, but what if I told you there's a better way? The way most modern dev teams do it. What if you never had to manually log in and update the server again? That's where automation comes in. Welcome to the Deployment Express Lane. You'll hear this called CI/CD. It stands for Continuous Integration and Continuous Deployment. And all it really means is setting things up so that every time you push new code to GitHub, your application automatically updates itself on the server. No manual steps, you push, it's live. It's a total game changer. And here's the best part. You don't have to build this complicated system from scratch. There are amazing platforms out there like Vercel, Netlify, and Render that are built specifically for this. They connect right to your GitHub account and do all the heavy lifting for you. And setting it up is usually a one-time thing. You just connect your GitHub account, choose the repository you want to deploy, maybe add a build command like npm run build, and hit go. From that point forward, your entire deployment process becomes one single command, git push. Seriously, it will change how you work. Okay, so we've covered the how. We know the different paths. But how do we do it well? How do we do it like a pro? In this last section, let's talk about the best practices that'll make your deployment smooth, secure, and professional. And you gotta trust me on this. Learning these rules of the road right now will save you hours of frustration later.
We've all had those late nights staring at a broken deployment, just completely lost. A few good habits now will save you so much pain down the line. Let's quickly run through some common roadblocks. See a permission denied error? That almost always means there's an issue with your SSH keys. Those are like the secret handshake between your server and GitHub. If your site isn't updating after a push, try a hard refresh or clearing your browser cache first. And if a build fails, don't panic. The deployment log is your best friend. It will literally tell you what went wrong.
So if you want to deploy like a pro, burn these habits into your brain. Always use a .gitignore file. It keeps your repository clean and tidy. Number 2, and this is a big one, never, ever push secrets like passwords or API keys to GitHub. And finally, always test your app on your own computer before you push it live. Your future self will definitely thank you for this.
And just like that, you've done it. You've built the bridge. That isolated island, it's now connected to the entire world. Your project is live. So the only question left is, now that you have this power, what amazing thing are you going to build next?